Good morning, y'all. Figured I'd do a little ownership review of my truck, my Limited. 2014 has 126,000 miles on it. Not a whole lot to complain about besides it rides like a wagon, and that's about it. No, it ain't perfect. It has its issues and whatnot, but figured I'd do a little updaters. You know, guys, for my regulars, you know, I update you guys on all kinds of pickups, and this one probably is involved in 95% of the videos where I just put my camera up there on that holder and but you guys don't get updated on it much, so I figured I'd do a little video. So it has 126,000 miles on it, runs great, gave me no issues so far. Well, I'll talk to you about the little upgrades I want to do on it here shortly. For those guys that don't know much about this truck, started out hardcore doing hot shot with it. Ran the piss out of it for a little while, then had to back off pretty hard and pretty quick. So it's back down to not a whole lot of hot shotting with it. So as far as ownership goes, guys, I have nothing to complain about. The issues that I had with this truck were 100% on me. Well, I mean, I can't even call them issues. Like, initially when I bought the truck, drove it real hard, and then I got convinced to put wheels and tires on it. And then I leveled it too high, so I brought it back down. Just a bunch of stupid stuff. Real stuff, real world issues I had with this truck was, I don't know, I can't come up with any. Because of my wheels being such a heavy offset, I mean, they're turned pretty hard. You can't tell them, but I mean, you can tell how they're pretty heavy on the offset. My upper ball joints had to get done a little after 100,000 on it, and since we were in there, did the lower ball joints. What else do we have to do on this truck? Not a whole lot. I've updated it, you know, upgraded a few things here and there, but as far as ownership goes, for a guy that's looking at one of these, guys, as long as it's been fixed, the after treatment is a big issue with these trucks, but as long as you fix that once and for all, and you should be good. What to look out for is the wiring. If you're out there trying to buy one of these, the wiring running right under here on the back side. Yeah, from this lip, it's probably 4 to 6 inches in, and it just runs. It's very important harness. Well, let me get a little bit dirty, try to show you guys what I'm talking about. That wiring right there, just follow it down there. It's just stupid Dodge exposure stuff, and it runs right up in there. There's zip ties that hold that thing in place, so if the dealership or anyone ever messes with it, even all up in here, just keep an eye on it, make sure it's nice and snug. Go back in there and zip tie it so it doesn't rattle itself, beat itself to death. This truck particularly has not given me any issues. No one's ever cut those zip ties, but I had other pickups that had that issue. And it primarily happens when one goes in to install steps. There's those zip ties get in the way, or excuse me, the steps. Zip ties get in the way because they're right there on the bracket, and zip ties get cut, and no one really thinks much of it until it beats itself to death. So there you have it. Besides that, guys, I can't think of anything else I should underline. I mean, these are really minor things, but keep in mind this is a truck with an Aisin transmission, so if you have a Chrysler, I can't tell you you're gonna have the same experience as me, because I have buddies and friends that had Chryslers, and yeah, whatever. Ain't positive. I got nothing good to say about a Chrysler transmission. You always want your dipsticks on this side, okay? Dipsticks on that side, you're doing good. If you got one hanging out around there, yeah, no comment. You're on your own. Or just look into a really nice aftermarket company and get her swapped out and once and for all. That's what this bad boy has, you know? Yeah, it's a beautiful truck. I love it. But I'm starting to notice little things like rock chips. I mean, that's bad. I love painted bumpers, once I bought this truck. I mean, when I was buying, I was like, oh yeah, painting bumpers pretty cool. You know, it was an upgrade for me. It was something cool. But now, I'll always have painted bumpers. I love them. So the age thing, the age factor is catching up on it. Like you can see all these little rust spots. Sooner or later, I'll pull this bumper off, sandblast, and repaint it. But you have stuff like that where the water's starting, or the water's washing out the paint. So, you know, we'll give it a little facelift. In the comment section, I'll let you guys vote in on this one. I want to do a color match grill. Probably ditch this thing and do black housing headlights. I think they call it a sport appearance package. And the newer trucks, like I think 16s and up, I think that's what they have. The 15s, it's called blacked out, but most currently it's called a sport appearance package, where, you know, you got color matched, I believe it's color matched grill, black headlights, color match handles, and then black taillights. That's why when I was back here, I was talking about a little upgrade. You know, get black taillights, and I'm talking OEM stuff, guys. Nothing aftermarket. OEM ones, with the sport appearance package, they would look pretty cool. They would fit my center deal right there. I had slight ideas of throwing on a sick aluminum bed on it, but from a practical standpoint, I don't know if that would be such a good idea for me, because this bed of this truck at this point gets used for everything. I mean, it's an 8-foot bed, guys. I decided to take out some yard waste with my truck, so you get all that wood. But like, I mean, I throw everything back there, and I'm not to say the flatbed isn't going to do its job, but something I wanted to underline to you guys: I condition my seats once every, you know, 3-4 months with an actual leather conditioner. Well, let me look at this video. I mean, you can see the creases, but no way, shape, or form is it, you know, gonna crack on me anytime soon. It's just creased leather. I wanted to show you the condition of this leather. I mean, it is in good shape. Sorry guys, I haven't cleaned my truck after the trip, believe it or not. It's actually not that bad, considering I was on a 2-day trip with my whole family in here. If you guys haven't seen that video, you go back and take a look at it. Hauled my car, my buddy's car, and went out to Missouri. Had some fun with the boys. But anyways, yeah, for you boys considering the leather, y'all know by now, my regulars, that you gotta have a Longhorn or a limited. Hell with the Laramie crap leather. But, you know, I bet you one day I'll end up with the Laramie, just because people that say never, or people say, oh, this is crap, that's crap, they end up with it. It's just the nature of the beast. But I really hope I won't have to. I have no intentions on selling this truck anytime soon. I was in a pickle about, what, 4 or 5 months ago. There was some talk about letting this truck go to a driver and getting me a new truck a few months down the road. But happily, I did not have to give up this truck. We just found a route where I could go out and we could get us a new truck in the fleet. We ended up buying a brand new tradesman. I got to keep this. But yeah, for them boys, as I was saying, leather, you know, I mean, there's slight little imperfection. I mean, the camera's really doing a good job picking up on the imperfection. In real life, you really got to start looking for it. But guys, I couldn't be happier with this. I love the steering wheel. It's a wood grain thing. It feels good. It rides good. For, I don't know how much riding it helps you with, but it just feels good when you're using it. You know, the armrest, keep in mind, this thing got 30,000 miles or 29,000 miles within 4 months of its life, and then shortly after I really started slowing down. So this is a lot of in and out, and for a seat like this, it ain't bad at all. You know, I mean, you really can't. It's as good as a new seat. I think my passenger seat might even have more wear. So the armrest, I think right here somewhere, it's starting to get all shiny. But, you know, guys, I'm just trying to help you. I ain't having fun recording all this. I mean, all these little details of the seats. I know most of you guys don't care about it, but for that guy out there that's trying to figure, should he go new or used, and how's it all going to work out for him? As I said, these seats are dirty. They need to get vacuumed. But here's the passenger side. These wrinkles are heavier on this side, like they feel heavier. But anyways, I mean, you could tell someone nicked it with something here, but for what it's worth, It ain't bad at all. I myself like them Rock Revival jeans. They feel really well, but they have the metal buckles on the bottom of them. And I'm surprised there ain't holes in my leather by now, but you know, you could tell it's some solid leather. Anyways, leather's a big issue for guys that have bought used trucks, and you know how it is. Armrest is all good. Anyways, I just don't know what else I could show you that is something, you know, it'd be a concern for me buying this thing. So, from a guy that has, I don't know what, 10 of these pickups, 2013 and up, I have nothing but good things to say about them. Fix the after treatment, keep an eye on everything as far as fluids go, and yeah, that's all I can tell you, boys. Now, if you're gonna be using this truck for towing, a lot of towing, throw some airbags on it. Don't I don't know what Ram was thinking throwing these leaf springs on. They're great, you know, they're softer, but I came from a 99 2500 that could outhandle 2-3 times the payload of this 3500 just springs alone. I had the camper special package, whatever. It's simply put, go find a Dewey, and that's the kind of suspension they had in there, so that's why I could outhandle them. But this 3500, all the 3500s have really weak leaf springs, so you're gonna have to do airbags. The way I did it is, I don't know. Well, I guess I do know why they have separate nozzles or nipples, air nipples for airbags. I guess it's for those campers so they don't not tilting. But I bridge these two airbags and I throw a little nipple right here. I mean, they're obviously this is a dead one, but this is the one that gets used. In the beginning, when I didn't have a T, I ran the separate nipples, and then, I mean, you can see I cut it off shortly after. Got me a T, and I bridged those together so you're not twisting or anything. And if you guys ever try to adjust airbags, you know how it is every little bit, because it's such a small little area that the air is compressed in. I mean, you pick up and drop PSI real quick. Well, for the new guys, what kind of rims do I run? These are Fuels 2-piece. Guys, save your comments. I mean, I can understand your concern, but I'm telling you to save your comments for, hey, these things are a pile of junk. Because what these rims had to haul and carry, well, I did a crappy job with pressure washing my rims. These are a 2-piece, like, they're forged aluminum. These are bolts that are holding this thing together. The rims are not bent and haven't damaged anything. Besides, getting stuck in mud, and you could tell how I polished them with a few rocks. So that's, you know, that's how the rim's supposed to be, shiny. And this is the rocks. But anyways, I just couldn't be happier, guys. I know it sounds like I'm glorifying this truck. And once again, I'm not gonna repeat myself. It runs like a wagon, but this is my wagon, and I absolutely love this truck. I wouldn't trade it for anything else, due to the fact of business that I'm in. You know, when the push comes to shove, and if it ever needs to, throw, you know, MC DOT, get this thing all legal for the road, and hit the road. Oh, so anyways, that's about it, guys. For you guys looking for the used stuff, do yourself a favor, just stick with the Aisin transmission. Unless that Chrysler's been rebuilt by a reputable manufacturer, you know, an aftermarket manufacturing guys. I heard ATS is good. I heard Rev Max are good, but personally I have no experience with them, so I can't vouch for one or another. But, you know, do your little research and go that route as well. If you get a really good deal on the Chrysler one, hell, you know, throw 7. Well, I got 2 buddies that just forked out 11 grand after everything's said and done on their Chryslers. One was a 2017 and one was a 2016. One had 30,000 miles. Oh, check this out. No, one had 29,000 miles and the other guy had 34,000 miles. The guy with 30,000 miles hauls granite for a living, and the guy with the 34 hauls cars. So the guy with the cars, I guess he did not too bad, but the guy with the granite was really a bummer. He blew it so soon. Anyways, you boys behave, and as always, God bless y'all and have a mighty fine day. Bye.